This is where NASDAQ was trading on February 18th, where I started to tell everyone to sell all of your long-term portfolio, and I put my money where my mouth is and said, I'm going to be selling my portfolio here. Now, quickly after, we had one of the largest dips in history. This dip here quite literally was your opportunity to get prices again where we hadn't seen them since COVID. PE ratios for companies were fully reset. If we play this out, we'll see a massive drop in the market. Let's give it a few seconds here, and boom, as we can see, at April 7th, so beginning of April, we then had at this time sold the top publicly with everyone. Everyone that was following me at least sold the top. A lot of people held through this and had one of the largest drawdowns in their portfolio in history. Well, they were scared. What we ended up doing is sold here and rebought here. Again, I did this publicly. We just had a video on this recently of the warning signs I was giving you guys in crypto and stocks, everything I was planning to do and why I was planning to buy. I bought the lows of crypto here. I started to buy all of, you can see this April 8th, 2025 right here. This is a screenshot from the internal Discord and the premium service we have. You've probably been hearing this, that people were saying that this dip was different. It was going to continue. It was the US recession, right? And I gave data. This isn't no humbo jumbo technical analysis trendline shit. I gave you specific data in history all the way back to the 1987s on why you should be buying this dip. This is the 12th largest, biggest 4-day percent decline in the S&P 500 in history. And guess what? It was a guaranteed move back to the highs after this. So we ended up rebuying. You guys remember everything I bought: Palantir, Hims, Amazon, Coinbase, US Steel, Sprouts. I mean, I bought everything you would have wanted to buy, and then inevitably had one of the most massive portfolio moves in history. And we can just play it from here and you can see exactly what happened. I bought exactly where you would have wanted to buy. I mean, everyone should have wanted to buy here. This was exactly, most online influencers and gurus probably didn't tell you to buy here because they didn't understand the fundamentals of the situation. Now, the whole basis to this video is not only to prove to you that yes, I've been correct about everything and probably one of the only influencers in the market to have been correct. I'm now here to tell you the next thing that's going to happen because again, we're not a one-shot wonder here. We've been doing this for 6 years, calling the markets actively with very simple analysis. It does not take a rocket scientist to gauge these markets properly. I'm here to show you exactly how you can do it and prove to you in real time that I'm personally doing it and that people can profit alongside me. Now, the whole reason for this video is this is the update. The last video I told you that, hey, I sold the top publicly for stocks. I even sold the top for crypto even earlier. Then I told you the warning signs. Here are the warning signs that are coming. You guys need to be prepared. And then we must start buying. In early April, we started buying crypto. Early April, we started buying stocks. Now, I'm getting bearish now. And now I want to prove to you guys why I'm doing this. 518, I posted this in my private group. Am I bullish or bearish? People know my sentiment. I am currently becoming bearish on the market. This is to encourage you that there's hundreds of people following me along with this thesis here. I got you guys in at the bottom, and now I'm publicly being bearish. A sign of a good educator isn't the capability of being right once, but to be right multiple times. And I've been yelling and yelling and yelling consistently about the certain market, engines that are moving right now that people are not aware of. Government debt's getting too expensive. Japan's yields at all-time highs. 20-year bond auctions had a bad reaction last week. Consumer credit companies are getting destroyed. Major real estate firms dumping properties into the market. Real estate's decreasing in value. Volatility index has been at recent highs or has been reset recently. And this is just the VIX, and I'll show you this real fast. VIX is completely reset, and I think we're getting ready for the next major volatile move. NQ is failing to break range highs. We'll go over this in a second. And gold and silver are picking up strength while the indexes are at highs. So the whole idea of this video, and this will be a short one, is I'm becoming bearish. I'm becoming a seller in the market, and I'm going to be right again. And I'm already 50% right as I'm making this video on the 25th. So I sold the top here, bought the bottom back, and now I'm reselling my assets again. All my portfolios are at all-time high right now, which is amazing, and I'm blessed to say that. But I'd be even more blessed to have more people understand why I'm doing this and get them along board so you guys can follow along and have your portfolios have the same performance. So first things first, we are failing to break range highs on NQ right now. This is a weekly auction block. So we're going to have a bunch of auctioned off prices here. We have the 20-year auction right here. We also have the weekly fair value gap. Whether or not you want to believe in the fair value gap or not doesn't matter to me. I'm more profitable than you using it, so you should probably listen to this video. We are failing to displace through this, meaning we are failing to have candles close outside of this range, and this is all-time highs. We are not far from all-time highs at all right now. If we go to the daily, we can see how much of a struggle this was over the last week. And a lot of people were having a difficulty trading this. This was a little over 8 days in this range, failing to close above the highs, and if it did take the highs, it would sweep the highs, and it would come back, close back lower. And you can see exactly what happened. I was able to pull a little over $20,000 on profit on one of my smaller accounts 30% on the entire account made that day. $21,000 profit on market open from these moves. I knew prices were going to crash, and I was telling people, I'm bearish, I'm bearish, I'm bearish. Please listen along. These prices are going to fall. They are overextended. We will get a time to rebuy. So I've been selling my assets. Not only have I been selling QQQ shorts and NASDAQ shorts, I've been selling a lot of my long-term positions. So a lot of the things that you saw me buy in the last video, I've been selling. So I've been selling a lot of Roblox, which was almost a 90% gainer, TSM, Tesla, Google, all of these. I made the typical 2-year annualized return of the S&P 500 in less than a month. In less than 30 days, I made more profit than the S&P 500 does in 2 years. Think about that. Whether or not everything I'm saying about my analysis on NASDAQ is wrong, one thing is correct. I just realized a 2-year typically annualized return on indexes in 1 month. Already impressive enough. Now I'm going to be able to realize those returns and then rebuy back in the market. So I do believe that NASDAQ's going to be crashing. Of course, it's already crashing. I'm already 50% right on this idea. The rest of my correct idea and how I become fully correct is if QQQ, so QQQ's ETF, if we see this, fill the gap and we see QQQ trade under $500. So we're going to see 491, 492. Then I have a fully correct bias. I will sell all my short positions and I will then start to rebuy longs. At this point, I do believe a lot of positions like Roblox, Tesla, Google, a lot of these will have about 5, 6, 7% drops in the market. Google's still failing to break out of its daily EMA. A lot of these are going to fail to break. I don't know where Apple's at. I assume, yeah, but wow, yes, the Apple down as well. You know, further re-encouraging the idea that I'm going to be correct with this is the markets are going to drop. A lot of you don't know it, and I'm trying to produce this video so you guys do understand. If you want to get all this before, if you want to get all this analysis as I'm doing it, when I'm buying, when I'm selling, to know the shorts I'm getting, to know my sentiment, to know why, again, everything's explained clearly. Join the private group in the description. I know private groups get a bad reputation, but I hope I can prove to you through all of this analysis and all of this proof that I am able to get you in at the tops to sell and at the bottoms to buy and then get out with a nice realized return. Most people can make money in the markets, but not a lot of you can keep that money. That's the problem with a lot of traders. It's easy to make money. Very, very easy to make money. Very difficult to understand when to sell and realize the profit. A lot of you want to be taking trading profits and put it in your bank. I'm able to do that. I'm putting massive trading returns into my bank account. A lot of you have never taken a trading deposit or withdrawal and put in your bank account. You've never deposited money, made a profit, and then withdrew it. That's the whole goal of what I want my traders to do, is build bank accounts. I don't care if you're building your portfolio. At the end of the day, I want you to build a bank account so you can move this money into other assets, other fields, diversify, buy real estates, produce passive income. Trading is an engine to have us enjoy our lives, build diversified sets of interest and different income sources, because we don't want to trade forever. That's the idea. No other trading guru will tell you this. Trading gurus will tell you you should trade forever because then they'll sell you your product forever. I'm giving you the reality of what you can do and what can be done. A lot of people say you can't sell this top and you can't buy this bottom. I did it publicly. I did it on YouTube. I have YouTube videos talking about why I was doing it. Go watch the YouTube videos. It was free. You could have done it for free. I had members polling $500,000 in profit, $250,000 in profit, massive, massive returns, $22,000 in profit. This is an opportunity for you to start to learn how to pull and extract money from the markets. I'm bearish on NASDAQ. It doesn't have that much further to go to the downside. We're looking at about 3 to 4% more to the downside, and I will start to rebuy. When I guarantee you, when I start rebuying my positions in the market, a lot of people will be bearish. When I was rebuying my positions back at the April lows, a lot of people were bearish and said I was dumb. And then I just pulled the 2-year annualized return in just a single month. So I buy fear, I sell euphorism, and that's where I think we are. I think we're euphoric. I think a lot of people are buying right now. I think it's unfortunate because a lot of people are going to get hurt, and me and my team won't. Me and my team have been absolutely ready for this crash. We're long gold, we're long silver, we're long commodities, we're long US Steel. US Steel, look at this move. An absolutely insane move from US Steel. We've been, to be fair though, we have been buying US Steel for a while, since February. So we've been holding US Steel for about 100 days, knowing this move was going to happen. If you have the patience to wait, I can get you into positions and transition you into markets that will absolutely change the course of your portfolio forever. So if you're just now skipping to the end of the video, I am bearish. I suspect more downside of the market. You must own commodities. I think crypto follows along. I've been selling my crypto. I've been selling my stocks. This is a publicly made video, so I can look back at this in a few weeks from now when I'm utterly correct. And again, rub it in your face for not believing so you can finally believe. I have to make these videos to prove to you what I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing before I do it, so when it happens, you then believe me, because then you have the evidence in the past that I said to do this. That's the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one.
Maybe I'm rich, maybe I'm wrecked, maybe I'm cursed, nah, maybe I'm blessed. Maybe I'm ghosted, maybe I'll get a text. Maybe I'm in last place, but maybe I'm next. Maybe I'm on top, maybe I'm at the bottom. Maybe I missed out, maybe I got him. Maybe I had no attempts, and maybe I shot him. Maybe I'm the man, but maybe I'm not him. Maybe I'm about to make a